Welcome to Ladies Who Question. We have an honored guest here, a local Lake Bluff guy. He owns a business in Lake Bluff, and boy, is it a cool business. Welcome to Let's Talk Local on Ladies Who Question. Matt, and you're going to have to correct me probably, is it Brueggeman?
You got it. Yeah, Brueggeman.
I did it!
All right, Brueggeman.
Well, first of all, we'd like to say congratulations on your new baby.
Well, thank you very much. I very much appreciate it.
When was the baby born? I found out through one of your employees.
Oh, yeah. 3 months ago.
Oh, wow. So you're a new dad. Are you settling in or are you still not sleeping?
Well, she has developed a cold. Her older brothers have been very kind and shared all that they have.
Oh, darn.
And so we're going on about 2 nights of very sporadic sleep.
Oh,
gosh.
Jeez.
And her temperature spiked last night. So we were very worried. We were almost in the hospital this morning. But she took a bath and we were able to get the temperature down.
Okay.
And so now she's just miserable, not dangerous.
Oh.
So
tell her brothers to be sure to wash their hands and not cough on her or sneeze on her.
Right. And we'll fight a land war in Asia as well. That sounds like it'll be equally as successful.
That's probably, but it's nice they're interested in the baby, right?
Yes, indeed.
Well, fine.
So they really are. They're good big brothers on the whole.
Well, that's a nice holiday, beginning to your holiday, right?
It is.
Well, tell us about Floatstone. Now, as you know, or maybe you don't know, here on Let's Talk Local on Ladies Who Question, we talk about small and medium businesses because we're trying to give you guys a boost because times are tough.
Very much appreciate that.
Well, of course. And you have such an unusual business. Holly and I would like to talk about our experience.
Oh, yeah.
At Floatstone.
Awesome.
You invited Holly and myself to come to, to do the infrared sauna, right?
Yep.
You got it.
I got to tell you, we walked out of there, both of us, and we were floating on air.
Mm-hmm. We were. Mm-hmm. We didn't feel any pain in our body. We're older gals here, and
old mares.
Aside could have fooled me.
It was and I don't want to say really endorphins, but we just felt great.
Maybe it was endorphins.
Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe it was endorphins. Yeah, we were in there.
It's a little thing called oxygen. Actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, didn't know about that.
So wait, you pump oxygen in there too?
So we don't. It's fascinating. Your body naturally does it.
Okay.
Because when you're in a hot environment, what happens is your body uses blood as an air conditioner. The heart will pump more, the heart rate will increase, and it will end up, as a result of keeping your extremities cool, will also pump more oxygen to your extremities as well as your brain. It just kind of facilitates the whole process with your heart working a little bit hard. It's kind of like a very gentle exercise. You feel invigorated, you feel happier. It's that sense of accomplishment that what it really is just your body just slightly raising that bar of what your baseline health should be. So when you go into that sauna and you get that gentle heat and that gentle cardiovascular exercise, it's also opening up the capillaries. It's opening up all the veins and the arteries that are all throughout your body. And then it's also, because of the infrared heat that's penetrating a lot deeper into the skin than just a regular furnace sauna. On the flip side of it, your lymphatic system is working harder. And it's actually flushing out all the garbage.
Like that.
So as you pump more oxygen and good stuff through your bloodstream, your lymphatic system is kind of flushing the pipes and getting the stuff you don't want out. And that's why the sauna is such a really good thing. And the infrared sauna, being a little bit more gentler than like a 200 plus degree Swedish sauna, you can do that every day, even if you're not in the best of health or you're a little bit more advanced in your life. It's a fantastic thing to do. My 90-something-year-old grandfather, he still drives.
Whoa.
Yeah, he still drives, walks over in saunas every week.
Oh, bless his heart.
Jeez.
Wow.
And
physiologically,
but it helps him with his arthritis.
I noticed that immediately.
It's because it's also with the lymphatic system, it combats inflammation.
Well,
Okay, that
So,
makes sense.
you know, a big part of your hurt, like this is why they say gluten, cannot be good for you, is that it sometimes causes an inflammatory response. The science is still out on, I would say, its conclusion of that, but the idea is that joint inflammation is one of the major causes of joint pain. It's so much of our chronic health issues are really based in inflammation.
Physiologically, everything you're saying makes sense to me. I mean, I understand where you're coming from with it, but I did not notice a difference in my respiration. And but you're telling me that it was involuntary and it happened?
Yep, automatically.
Did you notice that?
No.
I didn't notice that you were breathing any
Well,
differently.
but it's not necessarily that you're breathing different. It's that your heart is working a little bit harder. And the other thing you notice is that your breathing is not labored, because in an infrared heat, the air itself is not hot. The heat is being generated by the light itself interacting with your skin and tissue.
Oh, the infrared part.
Okay.
Oh.
What are the blue lights in there?
Oh, good. Yeah, good question.
So those are what they call chromiotherapy, which is basically different color lights interacting with your skin can cause different effects. It's not a true, what they call like a red light therapy, like red light panels or a red light bed.
Okay.
Some of it, I would say, you could argue that some of it is placebo, but you could also argue that over a day-to-day long period of time, the different lights can have slight impacts on metabolism and different things. And I admit I have not delved as far into the chromiotherapy side of it as I have just the general infrared benefits.
Okay.
But the lights on the inside of the sauna, they definitely help with the mood, that's for sure.
Well, we were just like going, what are the little tiny blue lights about?
We were trying to figure that out.
We could not believe it was 167 degrees.
I know.
Remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We thought, oh boy, we're not going to last. But we did.
Oh.
We took one tiny break, got some water, and went back in.
There you go.
And we were like definitely at 45 minutes for sure.
Oh, yeah. We could have probably stayed longer.
Yeah,
Because we took
yeah.
that little break with the water. And we were just, I mean, Holly and I were both really just elated. It was crazy.
Yeah. It was awesome. In
That's
fact,
awesome.
I'm signing up because I want to go more frequently. I mean, it sold me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
We have a fantastic sauna membership.
well,
It really is nice.
we
It's like $40 a month. It's very easy.
That's all
you
it
come,
is?
it gives you a free session. Yeah, it gives you a free session, and then any additional sessions are discounted.
okay.
So you can save quite a bit off of just going, as you go. Because it's a monthly membership, it kind of keeps you accountable because it's coming out of your bank every month. So,
Right.
I gotta go.
You got to use it. Well, let's talk about all the services that you offer and the whole big picture. We kind of jumped in on infrared because we were so excited about it and tell you we did honestly
blame you.
sincerely loved it.
Yeah.
And we slept great and the whole shebang. It's just So
that's awesome.
So this is Floatstone, downtown Lake Bluff. I don't know if I clarified that at the top.
This is who we were talking to, the owner of Floatstone. So
No worries.
give us your overall overview.
Absolutely. Well, let me give you kind of a 2-bit history of the spa.
Okay.
So it was originally built in 2018 by the previous owner. And she and her son started it and then worked it through COVID, which unfortunately devastated them. And they had a really hard time recovering from it.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of 2023, they were interested in retiring, interested in getting some fresh people in. And I was talking with them. I had heard of, flotation or sensory deprivation therapy on Joe Rogan. I was mildly curious about what it was. A little fun fact about me, I'm over 6.5 feet tall. I'm a former enthusiastic athlete, which all that to say, I have back pain. And a lot of it.
Yep.
I've lost about half the cartilage in my lumbar.
Oh, no.
And I'm 33.
Oh,
God.
So
okay.
I have as they say, I have a 60-year-old spine. I kind of look at it as crap. And then what basically happens is I sit in cars that are too small. I sit in airplanes that are too small. I sit in, every chair that's ever made. It's too small, right?
How tall are you?
And so it 6'7".
Oh God! Of course, my
okay.
my ex-father-in-law had that issue too. Okay, go on. And he played basketball and football, and he was also in pain. Okay, I know where you're coming from. Oh,
exactly.
Yikes.
I was an Olympic-style weightlifter. I did damage to myself, and then of course, everything else did damage to me. So what basically my life looked like is you'd go along with mild pain, you'd do something a little bit out of the ordinary, your back would spasm, go out, I'm on my back for 3 or 4 days. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the cycle of my late 20s, early 30s.
Yikes.
I was in the middle of one of these spasms where I could barely do anything when the previous owner of Floatstone said, you should try flotation therapy. And I went, okay, I'll give it a shot. And so I went and I laid down in this tank for the hour and I got back up and I had zero pain.
Oh,
wow.
Gosh.
And I went, what just happened? I am very confused. And I got out and she asked me, well, how did you like it? I said, it not only was it just incredible, but my back doesn't hurt anymore. And she goes, oh yeah, it's because of the fact that you're laying in 1,800 pounds of Epsom salt. It's a zero gravity. Everything is based on weight and buoyancy. So all of your joints and body parts just kind of decompress and pull apart. And it's like, oh, so it basically just kind of halted my back spasm in the middle of its spasm, huh? And that's exactly what happened. And I looked at her and I said, okay, you're looking at selling the place, correct? And she goes, yes. And I said, well, I am now interested in buying.
Oh boy.
And 6 months later, she handed me the keys and I handed her a check and I bought the business at the end of 2023.
Wow.
So how's it going?
That's, you know what? We have almost tripled in traffic in 18 to 24 months.
Oh,
and
boy.
It's been a ton of hard work.
Mm-hmm.
A huge part of it has been awareness and overcoming your traditional worries of, what flotation therapy is. I think one of the biggest things I get is I'm claustrophobic. I don't like small rooms. I don't like, little things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that is actually something that's very easy for us at Floatstone to overcome because the flotation tanks themselves have 7-foot ceilings.
Mm-hmm.
They're large rooms, but they're still soundproofed. They're still providing all of the fantastic experience of sensory deprivation with not nearly the claustrophobia. And we have one big enough that 2 people can float at a time and kind of stuff.
We got a full tour. We saw that.
We saw those. You have 3
awesome.
different flotation rooms, and we did see that large one. That's probably the one you use, right? I'm thinking the big one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. And that was the other reason why I loved the place, was because it was actually big enough for me. And I had seen the little eggs and pods that sit on the floors, and I constantly thought, no, it's not for me. I'll never fit in one.
Uh-huh.
So, that's kind of been the story there. The second really big worry that people have is sanitation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do I know that the water is clean? How do I know this, that, or the other thing? And, a lot of people say, well, it's filtered. And I think that's a very poor explanation of the water treatment facility that we have, which is really what I would call it. Because not only is it running a very similar filtration process to what a municipal filtration facility does for drinking water, but we're also triple sterilizing the water in between every person that uses it. We're using ozone, hydrogen peroxide, as well as UV to make sure that there's absolutely nothing but water and Epsom salt in those tanks in between every use.
And salt has an antiseptic quality too, right?
Oh yeah, especially at a 30% concentration. There's absolutely nothing that lives in that water. I would bet my life on it. So, that's really those are really the top 2 worries. And then the third one is, well, what am I going to do in there for an hour? I'm literally paying you to do nothing in a tank. And I think that's probably the best question of all, even though that's usually the last one on people's minds. And the answer is that's the point. We're so used to go, 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 go from the moment we wake up to the moment we go to bed. I can't tell you, I know I fall into it, but I can't tell you how many other people, the way they wake up, the first thing they do is check their phone to see who's bugging them.
Yep.
And the last thing they're doing is doom scrolling before they go to bed at night. And it's,
Yes.
you're just constantly going, and your nervous system wears out. And what people don't realize is when you sleep, your nervous system doesn't necessarily reset unless you have a certain type of sleep. And that certain type of sleep has to actually slow the brain activity down.
Because your brain has to go in and get rid of all the waste, right?
Exactly. And it has to reorganize, and it has to, believe it or not, it has to recalcify. Because calcium is that conductive material on neurons that transmit electricity that give us the power to think. And when that calcium erodes over firing and firing and firing through time, then those neurons are physically less efficient. And that's why we sit here and we're like, man, my brain is just not working today. Well, it's
brain
because,
fog. A lot of brain fog.
It's because you're literally shot. You don't have enough calcium and you don't have enough salt in your body in order to do this kind of thing. Now, there could be a ton of other reasons. I probably should say right around this point that I am not a certified medical professional.
Okay.
That my experience is anecdotal and enthusiastic.
That's for sure.
But, what I can say is that the difference that I've seen in myself and the difference that I've seen in other people has been really, really interesting. And one of the things that floating does is it forces the brain to slow down. And there are several different wavelengths and frequencies of topical electricity that go across your brain. And the slower they get, the more your body goes from what they call the fight or flight, which is what we're in, a lot of the time, into rest and digest. These are kind of catchphrases to say that you're activating your parasympathetic nervous system. And the parasympathetic nervous system has a lot to do with the automatic processes that we don't think about in a day-to-day life, but are necessary for that day-to-day life, like breathing, circulating all of your fluids, circulating your heart, your arteries, your blood, all of that good stuff. And
involuntary.
Exactly. Yeah, and when you activate that system in a meaningful way by slowing your noggin down, then you've cleared the table of all of the other stuff that the brain needs to do. And you finally give it time to clean the whole room because it's not busy trying to take care of all the stuff getting thrown on the table. So then the brain goes and it dusts the floorboards, it mops the floor, it reorganizes the furniture so that it's a little bit more, so
it's not cluttered.
It's better flow. Exactly.
Yeah. Clean out the clutter in your brain.
Yeah. In the tech geek world, they would call it defragging your hard drive, which basically is your hard drive, especially the older disk hard drives. In order to store all the information, sometimes they would put bits of a file in one place and bits of a file in another and bits of a file in this, that, or the other place, right? And so you'd have one file that's in 50 different spots. And in order to retrieve it, the hard drive would have to go to 50 different places to retrieve the data. And so it would just slow down. And so every so often you defrag your hard drive and it basically say, okay, we're going to take those 50 spots and turn it into one. The brain, through working and exercising, develops inefficiency. And then it's like you have to stop and you have to start fresh. And that's where, floating is a huge aid to that. It really does help someone who is focused on performance and increase their capacity to perform. And one other thing that we haven't touched on yet is your cortisol load, because all of this new stuff that's coming out at you, it's all activating your amygdala or your fight or flight. And so it's giving these little spikes of cortisol, which is exactly how we've been designed to handle stress or new things, with a certain amount of skepticism, aggression, and worry, basically. And so when we're constantly hitting ourselves with new things, our baseline cortisol load tends to rise. When you float, it resets it downwards. And so when things hit you out of left field after you float, yes, you still get those little bumps in cortisol, but it's starting from a much lower beginning. And as a result, you're able to deal with the same stress that you were dealing with beforehand, but your ambient stress level is just that much lower. And your stress response to those new things is also that much lower.
I'd like to know, when someone comes into Floatstone, to take advantage of everything you have there, the floating, you also have an ice bath, which that is very in vogue now. And actually, I don't know, athletes have been doing that for decades and decades, but you have that. You have the cold water. Now, if they come in and they decided, I want to do all three because I am really a mess. In what, and hey, we've been there. We've all been there, like, oh, come on, just whatever it takes, right?
Right.
I need to feel better. When they come in which order should they do things, or what do you suggest? The protocol?
So my favorite complete reset is a sauna, float, cold plunge. Here's my reasoning. So with the sauna, the interesting thing about it is that it's simultaneously invigorating and relaxing, and it primes your body to relax because it is a mild stressor.
Well, yeah, because we felt so great walking out of there. I could see that. Yep.
Exactly. So if you do like a 15-minute or a 30-minute sauna session, you're kind of telling your body you're getting ready to change gears, because it's definitely a foreign environment to what we have in our everyday life. So you get in, you relax, you maybe listen to some nice music, you settle into the sauna. Then after that, you take your shower and you get into your float. And once you get into the float, the heart is ready to go down into a minimum. Your brain is ready to relax, and you're comfortable, you're stress-free, you're weight-free, and you're just able to veg for a bit. And then after that, when your float is over, what's really interesting is because your stress level is lower, things don't seem as scary, which, I don't know about you, the idea of immersing myself in hot water has never been up there with birthday parties, Christmas Eves, happy things.
Ladies like baths. I don't know. I've always kind of liked that. Each to his own.
I love warm baths, believe me.
Well, this is kind of
like when it's 45 degrees.
Oh, you're talking about the cold.
Yes.
I thought you were still talking about the
hot water.
Yeah, you said hot. Yeah.
Oh, I apologize. No, when you're done with your float, and you're done with your float, you're showering off, you're a lot less stressed about things. Hopping into an ice bath is just a little bit less daunting. So that's what the cold plunge is. It's essentially it's an ice bath or a refrigerated bathtub.
That'll focus the crap out of you. I'll tell you that, because I've done that before. And my, and that only adds, I think, to the sense of invigoration. That you feel once you're done with everything. I would imagine. Although we felt that way just after the sauna, but still, if you really wanted to chill, baby, chill. That's the order in which you should do things, and for those reasons.
Well, and here's the other reality is you've gotten done with your float, you're getting into the ice bath. My two rules that I always tell people is don't get in halfway and stop, and it doesn't matter how fast, just breathe. And so when you get into the ice bath, you get in, hopefully up to your neck. And at that point, your body is in shock. It's going, what are you doing to
I
me?
Would think so.
Why is this happening? It basically, it's just a general, what the heck? And if you can breathe through that, and I breathe very quickly when I get in. You settle it down, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, I'm over the shock of it. I'm all right. this is really cold. And then if you can make it 3 to 6 minutes, you're a hero.
Okay, coach.
And 3 to 6 minutes, you're golden, you're cold. You will find that certain bits of your body get colder than others. And my theory is that that's perhaps where you have the poorest circulation, which I find is really interesting, because some people, they go, yeah, my left toes really got cold. Or I had one person say, my right rear end cheek got really, really cold. Or,
well, wait, why would that be? I don't get it.
It's a good question. We are living, breathing creatures. No two of us are the same. And I tend to think perhaps there's not as much capillary density or, vein density, because the reality is when you're in that cold shock, what's happening with your body is all of your extremities are contracting their veins to keep blood in your core and in your head. And that's what's happening to your body. So your heart is going like mad. You're pumping blood, but it's staying all within your core. And so I think the parts of your body that really get cold are the parts of your body that contract a little bit quicker or more, or have less things to contract. And so it just gets colder. This is purely my supposition.
Okay.
But on the flip side of it, and this is the really interesting part, is this is a huge cortisol spike, right? Right after you've just kind of lowered the whole bar. Then when you get out of the cold plunge, all of a sudden your body's like, hey, we didn't die. And it's giving itself high fives. The blood is coursing through your entire body. You're turning beet red. And your head is being flooded with oxytocin, oxygen, and all of the happy party hormones, because you didn't die. And so that's literally what's going on.
Yay!
And then, right. And then your cortisol goes way down. Everything's good. We've just gone through something really hard. We're on the other side of it. We're on top of the world. And so that's kind of the whole feeling. And you just carry that through the day. Now, the other funny thing is that because you've so restricted that blood flow, and then you've flooded that blood flow, now all of a sudden, all of the crap that's left in your system is now being flushed out as well. And because your body thought it was dying, your liver sends cold shock proteins through your system that simultaneously tell your metabolism, we need heat, we need it right now. And you remember that fat you've been storing for a rainy day, burn it.
Now you've got our attention.
And so
yes.
So it re-gears your metabolism towards fat burn.
Wow. Okie dokie. Well, that is a good science lesson.
That is a good breakdown on all the things that you have to offer.
Well, we saw some cool products, though, right, Holly?
You have gift items, and you also have a massage, a masseuse.
Yes. Well, he doesn't like being called masseuse.
Oh.
He likes being called massage therapist.
Okay.
And I asked him why, and he said, well, because that's for girl. And I said, oh, okay, whatever.
No.
He is phenomenal
Masseur. A masseur would be a man. A masseuse is a woman.
Is it?
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, masseur.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then I'm going to call him masseur next time and see what happens.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so he specializes in therapeutic, sports, and trigger point, I believe.
And then we're going to move on to your gift items. I've bought.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember me. I came in last Christmas and I bought a bunch of stuff, and you were gift basketing.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I remember working with you. And then this year I bought a few more things. What day was it?
Like products the other day, right? A bunch of products.
Yeah. I bought some of the drink items.
Yeah.
And
nice.
What else did I buy? Because I did like 2 packs for these gifts I was giving, and something else.
Well, there are nice lotions, and they have some candles and things like that. There was some lovely things like that.
And you'll wrap them up, and your robes are so comfortable.
Yeah,
oh my God, those robes!
Yes.
Oh, loved it. And the person that I gave it to,
I get those from Quebec.
Oh, you do?
Oh,
that's awesome.
So soft.
I do.
From Hotel Frontenac?
Yes. Actually, from the Four Seasons.
Oh, okay.
Is from some of the same suppliers, but the supplier itself is called Mansfield, and yeah, they're phenomenal robes. They really are.
Your candles,
Yeah.
soaps, baby baby laundry detergent.
Yes.
I saw that.
Yes. We have the laundress, which we use on all of our towels.
Oh, okay.
And
that's nice.
it's by far not the least expensive way to launder our towels and things, but I switched to Tide for 2 days, and I got so many people asking what we'd done with the towels.
Oh,
I switched immediately back.
Oh boy!
And people with hypersensitive skin, as I have,
exactly,
very much would react to something like that, because I've gone through the whole gamut of items as far as laundering,
exactly.
And I know exactly what you're talking about. That's a very good move on your part, because otherwise you're going to get people complaining and saying, "Oh, I left there and it's like, oh, my skin." Yeah. So that's really wise.
That's the last thing I need.
Well, let's wrap it up, and you can talk about what you're offering for holiday specials. Give us all your information on your hours and everything. So your last big pitch here.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we've put together the year's best offers, bundles, product specials, and gift cards. And I conglomerated them into our Floatstone gift guide. And that's located right off of our main page at floatstone.com. You'll see it in big red letters. Click on it for our holiday gift guide. And we have a ton of different products and a ton of different gift cards that you can either pick up in store or have emailed or buy online and come in, and we'll fill in a gift card for you. And some of those gift cards come with products. So like, for instance, a 3-float gift card comes with a robe. You get a $130 robe for free.
Holy smoky.
And so that's a fantastic offer. I've never really done something like that before. That's a great way to either get a robe for yourself plus floats for someone, or depending on how much you like the robe, you may or may not want to give it away.
Yeah, I got you the floats, but I'm keeping the robe.
Right.
Exactly. So we have a ton of that stuff. It's all on our gift guide.
I went to your website and I scrolled through, and I saw all the offerings, and I mean, it's every single different combination that you can imagine.
And this is a really great gift to give. Just think about it. You're basically giving them a spa day, an infrared sauna visit, a float, a cold plunge, a massage, and whatever products that you care to add on to the gift certificate. That is, and also you have a little rest area where you want to, or either waiting area, or if you want to just chill out before you leave. And
we have
lockers.
Tea and coffee.
Tea and coffee, and you have lockers that lock just in case someone may need that. I would, it's really a full service kind of spa day sort of thing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I have really tried to elevate the experience as much as humanly possible, and that's. Well, gosh, I think we've succeeded.
Tell us your hours. Where are your hours? Frankly. and your address, exactly where people can find you?
Yeah. We are open 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. And then we're open 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturday. Sunday, we are closed. I've long held that Sunday's for faith and family, even though people ask me if I'd open. And then we will be closed Christmas Eve and day, but we'll be open the day after. Same with New Year's.
Okay.
You can find us right on the main drag of Lake Bluff, next to Innovasi at 57 East Scranton Avenue in Lake Bluff.
Easy to find, and it's just got a really cool sign and a great fish tank. And,
yes,
easy
that came out of my living room.
Well, it's cool. Very, very settling to watch.
Yes, relaxing. Easy parking
and
as well.
And I do the chalkboards myself.
The chalkboards?
So is it.
Oh, outside.
I do the chalkboards myself.
Yeah.
On the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I corrected you
I
once
used to
on
do
your
a lot
spelling.
Of calligraphy.
You
did.
I did. I did. I watched. I said, you didn't spell this one, and like, really?
I remember that.
You said,
and that's
great. You probably think I'm the biggest bitch.
No, not at all. So that's why I could never make a living out of doing calligraphy. I could only do it, for a little bit. I was really quite good at it, but I always misspelled things. It's my horrid dyslexia.
Well, just Consider me your spell check.
Well, thank you.
Because I
Well, that
noticed
means
stuff
you'll
like
just
that.
have to come around more often.
Yeah, I'll be monitoring your chalkboard.
There we go.
Well,
there we go.
Thank you so much.
Oh gosh, we learned
You're
so
very
much,
welcome.
and the depth of knowledge that you have behind
Yeah.
your products is very impressive.
Well, I appreciate it.
I really, that was fascinating. So if there's any last word you'd like to say, we're going to wrap it up. And
I'd love for people to come and try it.
oh yeah,
And if you're scared or if you're nervous or you're not sure if it's for you, just come in and talk to us. And we'll see, if there's something that we can do to help you take that first step. I am all about helping people feel better without having to take another pill, powder, or shot. I can't stand the amount of stuff we put in our body that we really aren't sure what it does.
I agree.
If I can help you guys get through the week, if I can help people be more present for their family without having to be a slave to another supplement, I'm thrilled.
We both agree with that, and we both are tired of taking anything that we don't have to take. So, as Holly said, amen to that. Okay, it's floatstone.com, and that is FLOTSTONE.com. And we appreciate you being here. We're very happy to have had you as a guest, and thank you for the edification.
Awesome.
Thank you so much,
You're
Matt.
welcome. And that misspelling is on purpose.
Right, exactly. No, I think it's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And
You're
have
welcome.
a wonderful holiday with your family. Okay?
Thank you. You too. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Bye.
Thanks, Harvey. Ladies Who Question is executive produced and edited by me, LiseDominique, and also executive produced by HolliCaulfield. Holly also does most of our research, and Claire Caulfield is in charge of technical assistance and social media. Music, My Lionheart. Sketch music by Florian Manx and Matthew Anderson. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe, follow, rate, and review Ladies Who Question on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Send your thoughts to ladieswhoquestion@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and our website, LadiesWhoQuestion.com.
All content discussed on Ladies Who Question are the opinions of LiseDominique and HolliCaulfield and should not be construed as advice of any kind. By listening to this podcast, you agree not to use this podcast as advice of any personal or medical issue for yourself or others. This disclaimer also applies to guests or contributors to the podcast.